Hi and welcome to the 5-Minute Business Boost, where you get to choose your 5-minute investment. I'm your host, Sam Hicks, and I'll be discussing topics under the headings of business development, marketing, photography, and much more. Welcome to today's 5-Minute Business Boost. Today I am talking about those oh crap moments. This is where everything could possibly go wrong and then it does. You know, the ones where your stomach drops, your face may go red and your brain starts shouting, please tell me that just didn't happen. I've had more than my fair share, from misquoting jobs so badly they've cost me money, to underestimating how long projects would take, to overspending budgets, budget creep. Should have been airtight budgets but just went pear-shaped. I've completely stuffed up a client order once. One of those calls you never want to make. And the worst, I think, for me, a camera SD card failure mid-shoot. No backup camera, no saving it. Just one of those moments where your body goes cold and then you realise there's nothing left to do but own it. And I think every small business owner has been there. Some of us throw a tantrum, some go silent, some start stress cleaning the office. But no matter how you react, those poop hits of fan moments are a universal part of being in business, and it's just business life. The trick isn't avoiding them, it's learning how to turn them into something useful. And look, trust me, it's taken me years to come to this. The first 5-10 years, I would have thought you're crazy. But here's a couple of things to consider. Step 1, pause and breathe. When a major setback hits, the worst thing you can do is react in the heat of the moment. Don't do that knee-jerk reaction. Don't fire off that email. Don't post an apology on social media. And definitely don't take it out on yourself or the other person or a client or a supplier. Just take a breath. Step back. Your first job isn't fixing the problem. It's calming your nerves, your nervous system, enough to think straight, because trust me, your head just goes to mush. Self-compassion is key here. It's tempting to spiral into that, I'm such an idiot or I'm such a flat white. But, that thinking does get you nowhere fast. Accept what's happened really quickly, let the emotions pass, and then start to unpack what actually went wrong. You have to be objective. Take the emotion out of it. Ask yourself what caused it, what can I learn from it, and what's within my control next time. This reflection isn't about blame. It's about building a map to how to avoid the same pothole twice. Step 2, you need to reframe the failure. There's a great quote from Winston Churchill that fits really perfectly here, and it's about success is not final, failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts. And that's the thing, you got to push forward. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's the part of it. Every misstep teaches you something, even if the lesson stings a bit at first. And trust me, some of my absolute stuff-ups have stung me for years. And really, you've got to have that growth mindset, because it's what's going to keep you moving forward. When you treat setbacks as data, not disasters, you'll give yourself permission to improve. Maybe you need a better system. Maybe you need clearer communication or a backup camera. Ooh, raise your hand if you're guilty on that one. Whatever it is, take it as valuable feedback from the universe that something needs tweaking. Try shifting that mental language too. Replace I stuffed up or I fudged up with I've learned something I'll never forget. It sounds really cheesy, but it does work. This small change keeps your brain focused on the next step forward instead of replaying the disaster in high definition over and over again in your head. Oh my God. Anyway, let's get on to step 3, adjust fast. Now, once you've done the reflection, don't linger, don't hover about it. The longer you sit in that failure mode, the harder it becomes to get moving again. The best business owners I know aren't the ones who've never made mistakes. They're the ones who pivot really quickly when they do. They regroup, they make a new plan, and they keep rolling. And if a quote or a project doesn't work out, don't double down to save face. Admit it, fix it, and move on. You know that saying about, own it? You got to own it. If a client's unhappy, focus on making it right, not perfect. And if you've had a tech fail like I did, well, buy that extra bloody SD card, buy another backup camera, you tight bum, check your backups and keep shooting. Momentum is a medicine. So the faster you can get back into action or back into the saddle, the sooner your confidence returns. And look, none of us are perfect. Remember that. We're all humans. Step 4, use your network. Setbacks can feel personal, but recovery doesn't have to be lonely, and I've worked that out a couple of times myself. You need to lean on your support network, your business friends, your mentors, even that one mate who just gets it and doesn't judge you for all the stuff-ups that you've done. Talking things through will give you perspective when you can't find it in your own head. And sometimes if you've got nobody to talk to, just record it on your phone. Get it out so you can move on. Sometimes somebody else will spot the simple fix that you might have missed, or as you're verbalizing, you get a clarity amongst all the chaos that you were too close to. And if you don't have a go-to crew, find one. There's brilliant online communities, local business groups and peer networks that share both wins and wipeouts. And the best support systems blend personal and professional. People who will cheer you on but also call you out when needed. And remember, asking for help isn't a weakness. It's really a fantastic business strategy. So step 5, let's regroup and rebuild. So after you've taken your breath, you've reflected, and maybe you've vented to a friend or screamed at your computer PC screen, it's time to plan the comeback. Use what you've learned to write down actionable next steps. Break the big problems into smaller, bite-sized, fixable pieces. Set those realistic goals and include flexibility, because life loves throwing curveballs. And I don't know about you, but for October, for us, for a couple of our businesses, we had curveball after curveball after curveball. We were so pleased to see the back end of October. And you know what? We all have weeks, months, years like that. Once you've done all this and you've regrouped and you're working on the rebuild, share that plan with somebody you trust for accountability, and celebrate the small wins as you rebuild. Every little success puts another brick back into your confidence wall. And here's a top tip. Document your learned the hard way lessons. I've got a couple of Post-it notes stuck in very strategic places that says, don't forget this, or this is the measurement, or this is how to. You need to have those, because over time they become your best business playbook. They're unglamorous, unfiltered truths that shape how you handle growth down the track. Now, final thoughts as I wrap up this episode. You need to be able to bounce forward, not just back. And you certainly don't want to go into a spiraling circle sometimes. That can happen when you have a major stuff up. You need to redefine what failure means to you as a person and a business owner. Instead of treating it like a full stop, see it as a bit of a comma. God, that's very deep. It's really a pause before the next sentence of your story. Reflect and learn, build your support system, adjust quickly, and more importantly, or most importantly, practice self-compassion, because you've got to be kind to yourself after a mistake, because, making the mistake and admitting you're stuffed up doesn't excuse it, but it does empower you to fix it better next time. And every business owner who I know who's still standing has had at least one story that started with, well, that just went horribly wrong. And the difference is, at the end of the day, they didn't stay stuck there. They breathed, they reflected, they pivoted, and they came back stronger. So if you're in the middle of your own business meltdown, remember it's only temporary, people. The invoice can be rewritten, the job can be redone, the system can be fixed or repaired or improved on. And yes, really, the sun does come up tomorrow, no matter how bad today feels. So until next time, have a great day. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the 5-Minute Business Boost. For more information, follow me on socials, sign up for my newsy, or check out my website to see how we can work together to reach your small business goals. Remember, anything is possible, especially in the northeast of Victoria. Until next time, cheerio.